everyone, and welcome to TTTT. How are you doing? How was your week? I should say new month. I've been away from the show for 2 weeks. I feel like I've been away for 2 months. I'm not sure how this really goes, if I make any mistakes. Saidia. My name is Amina Abdurrabah. This is TTTT at The Trend Live, is where you send your 2 cents to. We have a lot to get into. So let's take a look at what trended this week.
That I'm appointing a 91-year-old to look after the youth sports fund and lakini jameni, let me put yourself in my shoes. Alafu tuseme tupatie kijana, mimi afadhali nikae na huyo mzee bwana achunge hiyo pesa itumike vile inatakikana.
Old is gold. Former vice president appointed as the sports fund caretaker. Stick around and listen to what the panelists have got to say. On Monday, Kenyans were subjected to forceful weight loss. We literally became a walking nation. It's definitely a moving story to hear. Siku za mwizi ni 44. 4 teenagers were caught on tape stealing from a shop. Now, is this the way you misuse your holiday break? What is going on? What is happening?
He's being called the flying pastor. Look at him go. Pastor Bartholomew Orr says his
After seeing a pastor on Kingori's show, this story comes up now. The literal meaning of being high on something. This guy doubled up as a pastor and a part-time Spider-Man. Stick around to hear the story of this hero in the making.
Just to make sure that everything...
Watch the video at the end of that pastor. I say, oh gosh, it was just unnecessary. All right, so who do we have on the show tonight? We have Cindy. We have Cindy. We have Cindy. Who else do we have? We have Usha. We have Usha. We have who's that? I can't see who that. Who's that?
Oh. Diaspora boy.
Welcome back, guys. Hi, Butira.
Welcome
What
back.
is you? Niadre?
You've been away for 2 weeks. I've been away for a month.
Yeah. Wait, where were you, Butita?
Yeah, Houston, Texas.
Oh.
But then someone sent me to you. Alisema nikusalimie.
Nani huyo? Hakuna
Kenya
mtu anajua
women
Houston.
in the United States. They told me to tell you hi.
Okay.
Come and say hi. That they appreciate what you do.
Oh, thank
Wakinituma
you.
kwa Cindy, nitafikisha pia.
Thank you so much.
It's
The
called
only-
P2. Say hi to them.
Hi guys who watch the
nakupenda
show
sana.
from Houston, Texas. In fact, we have such a huge audience that watches the show from around the world. Thank you so much for all the positive feedback. Thank you so much, we appreciate it. All right, so now guys, let's get straight into the story. So now I landed on Monday. I did not know what was going on in Nairobi. When you're in SA, they say, what is going on in Africa? I landed like this at 5 p.m. and it took me 7.5 hours to get home. Shock.
Lies.
And I swear to God, the cab guy charged me. It's okay. We'll talk. That's a story for another day. So now on Monday morning, as you know, right? So we were all upset and raged by Governor Sonko's directive. Matatus were barred from accessing the CBD as to decongest the central business district. Now Kenyans wrote moving posts on their timelines to express their dissatisfaction. That is a very polite way to put it. They could not walk a mile on Sonko's shoes. Now he says, by the way, it's coming back. Tabidi mtembee, yini vijana. I don't know. So Cindy, wewe ulipatikania wapi?
Hey, Thika Road.
Wow.
At 9 a.m. You know, no, actually at 8 a.m. Casually making my way to work. I got to work at 11:30 and left the house at 7. But it took 2 hours to move from Allsops to Survey. 2 hours! Something that would have taken 15 to 20 minutes to walk. It was absolutely ridiculous. And you know the interesting thing, Amina, it was on World Disability Day. That's when this whole ban was enforced. So we had people with disabilities, handicapped guys, fighting to get on the bridges, fighting to get into the few matatus, walking to town. It was absolutely ridiculous. I'm happy that the ban was eventually lifted. However, just as you said, today he mentioned that hapana, watu lazima watembee. Ati I'll think of something to do for the sick, for the pregnant women, and the handicapped,
and girls,
to walk.
and women.
Yeah.
Mtatembea. Tutatembea. A walking nation.
Literally.
Hey, But you know, it's crazy. People walked from so far. The guys who walked from Doni to Tao. I
to
met the guys who
town.
walked farther.
And back.
Now, Butita ulikuwa Houston, Texas. Sorry. But what are your 2 cents regarding this story?
Nilipata. Unajua Sonko ni kama aliona trailer ya Lion King. Aka confuse hakuna matata. Na hakuna matatu. Unajua hiyo bridge vile ina watu wamejaa. Nilirumia. Wala watu wa kuangusha vitu. Unajua hapo ukiangusha simu unangoja karibu 3 hours. Watu waliibia kwa hizo bridge ni wengi sana. The next day vile matatu zilikubaliwa kuingia Tao, hiyo bridge ilikuwa imejaa ma-ID. Ma-ID tuna mawallet hapo. Watu walikuwa na pickpocketiwa sana. So ilikuwa kitu risky sana pia. I think tunafaa kuiplan. Tujue inaendaje, watu watasurvive aje. Kama unaona watu disable, kulikuwa na mama walikuwa na ball. Wengine wanatembea. Ilikuwa sad sana. Although motive ya kitu ilikuwa poa, kudecongest Tao. But planning haikukam poa.
So we should have had the plans first in place, and then now we can resort to telling people to walk. All right, Usha, who I am so surprised to see at 8 o'clock. I see you at 10 o'clock, but good to see you, my love. So what do you think about this? So where were you, first of all?
Well, luckily I was coming to work early, so I was here by like 5, so I couldn't affect sana coming, but going was another story. Like, I mean, it's crazy. First of all, we have so many issues. Sisi tuko sawa na unono yetu, hatutaki kutembea. You know, we are fine. We have accepted ourselves. We love ourselves with our sizes and weights and whatnot. I think it's really selfish what he's doing, especially considering. See, first of all, you sought how we are going to get to town. I thought the whole point of this was decongestion. It was crazy, you know. It was just madness.
It was a madness. All right, so it's not selfish though. I mean, I do see the plan. You guys see the plan though, right? You see where it's supposed to go. You see the
but
goal.
Then it's not
You see my vision? No, you don't see the
Usha,
vision? No?
Usha.
Okay. That's fine.
Usha, next time nitafute.
By the way, sorry. It was just a
You
question.
know, another thing, Amina, Sonko has reduced parking rates to 200 bob. So if he wants to decongest town, why does he make it easier for people to park into town?
Because already parking was too expensive.
I know, but now we'll have more people who probably left their cars because they couldn't afford parking. Now are parking in town, occupying space, creating even more traffic to leave town. We need to realize the way Nairobi is built, it's a bottleneck. There's a lot of space outside, but it all bottlenecks inside, and it also works when it comes to public service. You cannot have somebody walk from Mudhurwa to Fig Tree to go to ST. Seriously, there's insecurity. What if it rains? It's just ridiculous.
But every Kenyan who owned a vehicle that day, that day. Anyway, all right, everyone was driving. Now, this week, Nairobi Governor Mike Sonko led by example when he told landlords to repaint their buildings. He too was not left out. He decided to paint his hair darker shade of black
Amina,
while appearing before a Senate committee.
Amina.
Yes.
Unajua nilikuwa nashindwa Sonko flat ametoa wapi kizungu. Unajua kizungu inaitwaje kwa Kiswahili? Kwa sheng kizungu inaitwaje?
Kilami.
Akona kilami kwa kichwa. Ukisikia anasema siri, hizo kuna kizungu yake imekuwa noma. Imekuwa shika.
Okay, so this is my thing. I mean, with all due respect to the governor, I'll address the guys who I know who are on my level. So akina John Palme, lakini Joe aliwacha. Kuna wazee walikuwa wana, what is the issue? Ni nani anakuambianga? Kuba oni yo kihara. Take it.
Butita wetu ambie on behalf of men, what is this new phenomenon kupaka?
Kwanza ile ya John Palme.
Kwanza ya nini sideburns mpaka hapa mpaka. I'm like, but we can see.
What is going on?
You know, we had a
John
guest.
Palme akipiga dai. Ya green tu. Inaka golf course. Exactly. Yani unapo. Unafika kudai hivi. Lakini aliacha kudai. Ni boyo wangu sana.
Aliacha
kitu. Lakini unajua Butita is the last person to ask about this. Surely yeye akipaka hatuwezi ona difference. So I don't know labda amepaka. That's actually mbona tunamuuliza.
Lakini Roju ni kujiamini.
No, lakini Butita
kama uko na kipara nyoa yote wacha ndevu.
Yeah, it's actually
wasichana watafocus na ndevu.
Exactly.
Hawataona kipara. Jo manze pole.
I've seen guys do that. The guys who are watching, please tell us, Wagwan, why do you have to do it? I mean, why can't you just shave?
And this tomato thing, Amina, that allegedly massages the head. Have you seen that thing?
Which one?
It's like spiky, then it allegedly massages the head. Does it really?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't
Guys,
know.
please
but
tell
I
us
do
though.
know that you know the procedure to grow your hair or to do the surgery that will get your hair growing again is actually done in Kenya as well. So maybe instead of the paints, sasa unachafua nguo kwa nyumba, sijui. You know, we had a guest here on the trend and that's what they did. So alikuwa na sweat, alafu akaenda Facebook, akaanza kunitukana. Sa boss ni shida yangu ukianza kusweat paint. We're going to be right back with more. Grow your hair. All right, the hashtag is TTTT at the Trend Live is where you send it through, and we will, of course, read them in a bit right now, though. Now, this story shocked me. It really, really did. Now, former Vice President Moody Awori celebrated his 91st birthday in style. President Uhuru Kenyatta, as he's now known, decided to surprise Uncle Moody with a position as the custodian of the sports fund. And as always, Kioti had a lot to say. Retirement. What is that? Retirement for what? Retirement for who? Kwanza najua Butita mali alikuwa amefurahia. He was like, yes. How many years until I'm 91 so that I can still work? Let's take a look. Let's take a look and then we talk.
I'm appointing a 91-year-old to look after the youth sports fund and lakini jameni, let me put yourself in my shoes. Alafu tuseme tupatie kijana, mimi afadhali nikae na huyo mzee bwana achunge hiyo pesa itumike vile inatakikana. Bwana.
I got an email today from a 22-year-old young boy. All his life, he's lived from a very humble background. And his mom washes clothes so that, you know, she can sustain the family. And he scored an A- in his KCSE 3 years ago. He went to uni, he couldn't finish. He's trying to get a job, he can't. He says he's depressed and he's thinking of taking his life because there are bills to pay. And he can't do anything. So now if I think about that young boy and thousands of others who are watching right now who don't have jobs, and a 91-year-old has a job, I don't know. Cindy, explain it to me. Butita niambieni. Unajua labda nilikuwa nimeenda for long. Sijaelewa. Explain to me.
Nowadays our president is moody. Yani unaona tu.
That's what. Butita.
Imagine I'm going to throw a spanner in this works.
Please do. Explain to me.
Let Moody Awori be a board member. Here's the deal. To be a board member, you need a certain years of expertise so that
and experience.
You can manage, you can bring structure, you can bring experience. The youth these days are in it for a quick buck. They're in it for prestige. So you're coming in with this whole, I'm a board member for sports. But what have you done in any field to award you to be a board member? Granted, there are guys who are a bit younger than Moody. Even a 70-year-old is younger than Moody Awori.
Can you believe it? Even an 80-year-old, an 85-year-old person.
Even someone who's retired, 66, is younger than Moody Awori. They chose like the oldest Guka. However, I do understand what he says, that there are people who he does not feel are reputable enough, and it should be a challenge to us as youth. Can I still call myself youth? Yes, I can.
I mean, you call yourself youth until you're 91.
It will be a challenge to us as youth to step up to the plate, because it's really bad if our president cannot recognize somebody to fill a board position because we are corrupt. It reflects more on us than his choice.
Well, I mean, we do.
Mimi hata swali yangu ni moja. Hao mayouth wako corrupt. Wako wapi? Unajua watu wa corrupt wa face the music too. Hatutakuwa tunaimba hizi wimbo kila saa. Juu kuna wase pia wapoa wanaweza fanya hizi kazi, but kuna watu wamewachomea.
But you see,
lakini umeelewa point yake, alisema au mayouth dem kila saa kuna kesi, kuna kesi, kuna kesi, ngoje acha tu basi. You know, acha basi nieke huyu, which is true. Usha what
mimi naweza support.
You just say that people are corrupt and we haven't seen anybody getting punished. Okay, first of all, I just think like it's really demoralizing. Every imagine sasa kama you're those people who have jipanga that okay, this 5 years I'm going to do this, and then the next 5 years nitaenda the next position. Alafu mse wa 91 sawa, imagine as in at what point are you supposed to like have made it?
92. Now 92.
I mean exactly. Sasa unasema like sawa, I will achieve my goals when I am 92. You know, it's
No, but you guys need to recognize what it takes to be a board member.
I
mean,
know,
I follow
it's
you on
just that-
social media and all the stuff you do, but you know you can't be a board member of Nation Media Group. You have not yet reached that
Who has
kiwango.
told you? My bosses
Cindy.
are watching. They
cannot.
want a
Cindy.
work on the board.
Check it. Cindy.
I hear what you're saying, though.
Appointments
You do
are-
have to be of a certain age, and you have
Yes,
to...
and experience.
Yeah.
You have to bring
Lazima.
something. You have to bring
Yeah.
clout. You have to bring networks.
This is
I
what I
mean-
can say. This is what I can say. Mudi Awori kampatia job. Na hata working coordination na mayouth wako around yeye na ideas mpya itakuwa poa. But kama hiyo yote ita comprise wazee, then maybe haita address vitu zina face my youth.
But you know,
kuna wase wa 91 years na kuna wase wa 91. Watu walizaliwa 91. So unacheki.
sasa wewe.
Pia wanafaa
You know.
kurudia kwa hizi vitu.
By the way,
One way or the other.
I hear you. That does make a lot of
Participation.
sense. You're right. And he does have to have that much experience to get on the board. All I'm saying is that, you know, young people view it differently. No one goes to read the fine print as to why he was hired, what he did, you know, what qualifications were required. They don't see that. They just see someone got a gig. You got that's what they say, got a gig, bruh.
Got a gig and I didn't get.
You got a gig. And yeah, so much I'm saying lazima sikia. You have to feel some type of way. All right, so now I have to tell you guys something that is... Usha, did you say did you have your say? Because Butita was talking over you.
Yeah, I know. Butita always does that. Guy Butita, see, let me speak.
Asili acha ukasema.
Nitaonekaniwa aje. I mean, he's busy doing a work of selling
But
me.
Usha,
Alafu unanikatia hata si okay.
Nakukatia.
Listen,
Child, we're going very left with this. Okay.
Okay, Usha.
Okay. So now, you know that issue of, I don't know if this, has anyone ever tried to steal your bunga points from your phone?
Yes.
Like your kuzo, your small brother? No, just me? Nothing? Okay, all right. Now, there is something called jitambulishe. I don't know if you guys have heard about it, right? So now jitambulishe is a way for you as a Safaricom customer to use your voice as a secure identifier to protect you from fraud, or, you know, to also just access self-services at the IVR. So it's very, you know, it's less intrusive identification, because sometimes when you call, they ask you everything. They ask a lot of information that some people may feel like it's a bit much. So it makes it easier and makes it faster for you to get help at Safaricom call centers. So you see, because you can go ahead and identify yourself using your voice. So you stay safe from fraud. Can you imagine? So to register, call 456. That is 456. Press 1 for Jitambulisha services and follow the instructions. So that's 456. Press 1 and follow the instructions. You're going to get a confirmation SMS. So don't hang up. You wait for a prompt to enter your M-Pesa PIN. Your PIN is required to ensure that you securely deposit your voice. Okay, so the PIN entry is a secure process that only you will know about. We're going to talk more about it during the 10 o'clock show. However, now let's talk about Education Secretary Amina Mohammed receiving backlash on Monday from parents whose kids are joining Form 1. The CS on Monday said that all candidates had an equal chance of getting selected to their preferred schools based on merit. But then the parents seem to differ. They prefer to take their kids to schools that are a stone thrown away. You know, it's about convenience.
Right.
So you don't want to go all the way to, there's another girl who I think she was called Tumbooni. She really wanted to go to, you know, a school that's a bit closer. What do you guys think about this? Let me start with Butita.
Eh, unaanzaje na mimi? Mimi ndio nakaa tu nimemaliza shule juzi.
Actually, unakaa hujasoma. I apologize. Cindy.
Kama kuna mtu anakuwaga amekula kitabu kwa hii panel.
Ni wewe. Okay.
Developer. Program
not your day.
mzima.
I know, I'm kidding.
Usha.
I'm so sorry, Butita. Anyway, so let me start with Cindy then. Cindy, what are your thoughts?
You know, our neighbor's kid was called to some random school and he was so disappointed. You know, during this election is when you discovered names of schools we didn't know.
Yep.
Boni, Shamahoho, I don't know where, Kamuhia. Where is this school? You know, until in social media there were groups formed. Guys, do you know this school? Where is it? How do they perform? I do understand that we have a lot of candidates. We have very few national schools. Not everyone can go to Kenya High, you guys. Not everyone can go to Alliance. And as much as they're trying to do this thing of merit, I think what Amina is trying to do is, if a child gets 390, imagine getting 390 and you're from Uko, Northeastern, in a school that doesn't have a lab, but you got 420 in a school, a private school, where you were picked and dropped. You know, give the guy of 390 a bit of a chance. True. It's playing God, and it's unfortunate that kids have gone to schools they can't pronounce.
Yep.
But now what do? Maybe it's a challenge. We upgrade more schools to national schools. We give them a bigger budget to upgrade the provincial schools, if they still call that, to national schools. But hey, Amina, zile jina ya shule we have discovered.
That's the one. Wait, which high schools did you guys go to? Where did you go, Cindy?
Aseme jina shule yake. Mimi?
Yeah.
Butere Boys Group of Schools.
Usha, where did you go?
Butere Boys High School.
Oh, Kabarak.
Yes.
Okay, Cindy, where did you go?
Kabarak.
Aga Khan.
Oh, hey, pictures.
Hey.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Forgive
people.
us. Eyes of Kamuya.
Na vile unakanga demo Machakos girls.
Ni mambo na kusoma.
There's this side of Wayaki when there's the other side. It depends on which side you went to. Me, I went to the side that's near Westlands.
Amina alienda wapi?
Listen, the thing is, unajua shule hizo sides hamwezi sijua. Hizo shule za mawarge siwezi zimesea. Anyway, I went to my school was okay. I went to an okay school.
I mean, why don't you just say the school you went to? It's a dope school.
I went to because I feel like I'm giving them mileage and they will not
alienda
pay.
Kabarak.
No,
walikuwa wanaona Moi kila Sunday.
You know, people believe you went to some warge school.
Hamjongelelea bado hata swali yenye nimewauliza, sasa tumeanza kufocus na vitu irrelevant.
Maybe I'm a bit conflicted on that one because okay fine, like I get the whole concept of trying to spread people out, just don't like zero grades all your life and whatnot. But then also on the other hand, I think it's so then why are they doing the process of making you select? Like, it's fine, okay, fine, maybe you didn't get your national school, but when you're doing those selections, you also choose your provincial school and whatnot. So what's the point of that? Like, were we just wasting time, you know, getting people to do that? Like, simuache basi tuseme tu kana amani ya Yesu, penye utatupwa ndo utatupwa. Then why would you do the whole process, you know?
Mimi hata sijuangi niliitwa shule gani. Sisi ni wale wa kutafutiwa. Kuna nafasi hapa.
We're going to be right back.
Is
Give me your 2 cents, guys. At the trend line, we're going to be back with more. You guys, I have such great news. Cindy, Butita, and Usha. Now, right before we went to break, I talked about a young boy who emailed me and told me about what he's going through and how he's really depressed right now, and he actually thought of taking his life. Someone actually called one of our editors, Komuraya, and they're going to give him a job.
No way.
Imagine. I am so emotional. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. And if he's watching, I know he knows it's him because I got the email today or yesterday. I'm so happy. Thank you so much to whoever you are. I didn't get your name, sir. Yes.
Niko na email kayo, tutaangalia kani the same person ama ni mwingine tumsaidie.
You're not going to spoil my moment.
It's true. It's true, by the way.
Oh, really?
Nitakuonyesha. Niko nayo.
I know, because there's
alikuwa
so many.
ananidu advice, alikuwa depressed, alikuwa anataka kusaidiwa tu na advice vile anaweza endelea na life. Alikuwa pabaya sana. So if it's the same boy, manze God amekuonekania.
Manze amekuonekania through our editor Muraya. Muraya, thank you. The guy who's giving you the job, thank you. Thank you
so much.
All right, so now a video has emerged of 4 young men brandishing guns in a shop that sells phones. And from the clip that was recorded on the 18th of last month, the boys are seen forcing customers to lie down before breaking the windows, displaying the phones, and eventually running away with them. Now, do shops really display original phones, or they could have taken off with dummies? And also, what movies were they watching? Why are they turning to crime? And we keep hearing more and more of these cases, by the way, young boys and now even young girls as well that we see sometimes who turn to crime. Butita, uliona hii video?
Niliona hii video.
Unaiona?
Naweza taka sana kuongelesha my youth dem. Wanaitwa my youth dem huko mtaani. Sana sana mageto. Unajua unajipata ulimaliza form 4 ukafail labda, so au kwenda kampo au kuitwa na joint admission, amwezi afford do ya kwenda kampo ama kole, unaanza kukaa home, pressure ya life inakupata, una join gangs, mnaanza kuiba, kufungua manyumba. I think hiyo direction tumekuwa nafikiria crime. Kuna directions mingi sana tunaweza fikiria apart from hiyo. Mimi living testimony, mimi nilikuwa na stay Kariobangi na nilikuwa na mabeste pia walikuwa kwa group mbaya. Wengine walidedi, wengine wako alive, lakini kuna wenye waliamua kuanza hustle zao ndogo. Sasa inaonanga na furahi. So ni time to patia hustle yako ile kidogo unafanya, hata kama ni njugu unauza, hata kama ni nini unafanya, ipatie time, haiwezi kataa.
Patient.
Ipatie tu time.
Be patient. Be patient. All right, so now Usha, niliona ukiangalia video ulikuwa unashtuka sana manze.
It is
Mimi nilikuwa
so
nakushtua.
unreal, like in a movie. Like I can't believe how calm they are about it. Unajua like hata hawaogopi. This guy when he's looking outside and like a two gun nyuma, like casually you think it's, I don't know, a cup or something, like as in how far have our youth gone in terms of just being so emotionless, you know. And there was a baby, there was someone there who had a baby and they didn't even like, unajua at least hata wangemwambia wewe toka, like we've had instances like that before, you know, where like you have a kiddo then you told sawa toka, just get out of this shop, nothing. And it's really scary.
Yeah. All right, so now Cindy, do you want to add something? I was going to go straight to the next story. Yeah.
Yes. Let this be a warning to us as Kenyans about the extent of graft. People always laugh or they don't think it's serious when we see scandals in the billions. What happens is when you loot a country and there's corruption, there's a big gap between the rich and the poor.
Huge.
The bigger the gap is, the more expensive it is to sustain a living. So we've got a lot of young people there, Butita has said, who are very destitute and have nothing to do and are seeing these big people making money. So now they think the quickest way to make money is to steal and to get haraka haraka, not to work hard for it. And I think this world is becoming, this country is becoming very expensive to live, to breathe, to eat, to even be sick. How do we expect somebody who has not gone beyond the ghetto to own a house, to own a business, to own a livelihood, if every single thing that this economy is earning is given to top people to loot? The increase in crime is directly affected by our corruption. So we need to take this thing a bit more seriously, by the way. Or we'll see more and more of these gangs.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So now it's so weird moving from that story to 0% unemployment in Canada. What? Yeah. Yeah.
The irony.
So
It's so sad.
I don't know if you guys saw that story. Did you see that story? So now in Canada, right? So now this next story is going to get you worked up. It got me worked up. Now, the Canadian Federation of Independent Businesses in its report has announced that there is a labor shortage in Canada. Job vacancy rate has risen to 3.3% from 2.9% a year ago. So now this means that Canada is short of 430,000 workers. Meanwhile, back here at home, according to the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, 7 million Kenyans are unemployed. 7
million
Yes.
is a big
It's about
number.
7 billion.
That's the whole of Nairobi
Yep.
County. Because we are 5 million and maybe a couple of surrounding counties unemployed. And then we wonder why there's crime. Seriously.
Na kila mwaka inaongezeka.
Imagine.
We can't like do an exchange program.
No, we can't. No, we can't. And also in Japan, I don't know if you guys saw that, but they're now giving away houses for free.
What?
In some area. Yeah. So apparently they have a lot more houses and they do people. There's an explanation to it. I just don't have time to give you the explanation. But if you do go online, you'll see that people are getting houses for free.
Yeah, we're just getting deaths from China. And we're not even seeing where it's going.
Yeah, I know.
Kuna baridi huko. Hata huwezi pesa.
I can't hear what Butita said. I'll just assume it was something very respectful, very polite, as he always is. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much to Cindy. Thank you so much to Usha and Butita. At 10 o'clock, we have a crazy show lined up for you and a lot to talk about. My name is Amina Abdurabak. Catch you then. Thank you so much for keeping it strictly MTV.